Hi guys, Harry here from the Art Gear Guide. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you can see, I've got a review here of another Japanese pencil. It's Uni, which is a Mitsubishi brand. This particular set of pencils is the number 888. This set was actually sent to me by a subscriber. I think it was around about Christmas time. This subscriber from, I think from Japan, maybe in and around that area in any case, sent me this wonderful package. I made a video about it at the time of all the amazing things that this subscriber sent me, and it's just one of the things that I am so fortunate for, and I'm always thankful for with regards to starting this channel up and doing the reviews that I do. It's the people that I've met and the generosity that I have witnessed and been subjected to by so many subscribers. It's just phenomenal, and it's always such a humbling experience to get things like this from people who don't know me really, like personally, just know me through videos and what have you. But it's I mean, when I received this package from this subscriber a while ago, I was just blown away by the generosity. But I did do a video showing you the different things that were sent, but I especially wanted to do a review of these pencils and another set of pencils that I was sent in that same package, which I'm going to do a review of, but I'm not too sure how helpful it will be to anybody, because it's just this tube of pencils, but there was no kind of brand name or anything like that on them. But I've actually used, or I've swatched a little bit of them and stuff like that, just to see what their quality's like, and the quality of them is amazing. And it's really, I'm really in two minds as to whether to do a video about them or not, because like I say, there's nothing here, there's nothing on the barrel says anything about them. They're just a very, very plain pencil. They've come from a country I'm not from, and so I'm not too sure whether doing a video about these pencils would benefit anybody, because I don't know whether you would be able to get hold of them or anything like that. But I guess it's another example of, the most expensive pencils in the world aren't always necessarily the best pencils in the world, that type of thing. So I might, if I don't do a review on them, I might certainly use them in a video to illustrate that point. But we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, so on with this review. So this is the Mitsubishi Uni number 888. Now, if you cast your mind back a little bit, I've done a review of the Uni Mitsubishi pencils. They came in this like wonderful pack. They were all set up, and I had wanted to try them for such a long time. I purchased them, got them, done the review of them. And these are from the same company, but I think, from what I can gather, and it's really difficult to research this particular brand, and especially to try and find out anything about their structure, because they have other sets. So they have the Uni 888, which is this one. Then they've got the Uni 880. Then they've got the Mitsubishi Polycolor, and then the Mitsubishi Uni. And these are all, very different sets of pencils, but all probably with their own unique qualities. So trying to find out anything about them is really difficult. In terms of sets, again, that's a really tough thing to try and find out about them. This is a 36 set. I haven't seen any sets bigger in this range, this number 888 range. I've seen a 24 set, and I've seen a 12 set, but I've never seen the a set bigger than this 36. And I will have links to where you can get them. Most of the time they're import, but here in the UK I know that Cult Pens do them as well. Cult Pens is a great place to shop for people in the UK. They do a great range of products for artists, but I'll have links to other places and what have you where you can get them. again, you know, I think for us here in the UK and further to the west, like in America and stuff like that, you're probably going to find these pencils a little bit more difficult to get hold of. And if you can get hold of them, they'll probably be import. But let me first of all open this set. As you can see there, I just slipped off this little band here, which just shows you a little bit about the colours that are in the set. A little bit of a swatch here on the back as well. So we'll just leave that to the side. You just push down here, it opens the set up. And you're presented with the colours. Now, the pencils themselves. So we'll take a look at the pencil. Let's see, we'll just take a look at this right. So if we take a look at the pencil on its own, it's a really light pencil to hold in the hand. It's very, very light, which I'm not a big, massive fan of pencils this light. I like to feel something in my hand. I like to. There's other pencils where there's a little bit of weight to them. It's difficult to describe because how heavy can a pencil be really in the grand scheme of things? But this is very, very light, so I'm guessing that has something to do with the wood. The core of the pencils, now it's quite a thick pencil, so it's about a 7.5 millimeter diameter for the overall barrel. You can see here that the cores are well centered. You can't always see that on pencils. Like for example, I've just grabbed a pencil here. The cap on this pencil here, you can't see the core because they're capped. Some pencils on the end are capped and others are not. The actual core of the pencil is 3.2 millimeters, so it's an average core. If we have a look along the barrel here, we have the Mitsubishi pencil, and then Japan, which is obviously the company and the origin of the pencil. Along from that, we have the Pigment name, which is in two languages, so English and Japanese. And on the other side of the barrel, then we have Uni number 888, which is obviously the pencil, colored pencil, and just says colored pencil. So that title overall is the actual brand of the pencil. Each pencil the barrel is lacquered in the color that indicates the core of the pencil, so pigment identification is easy as well if you've got like these pencils in a jar or anything like that. So all in all of that stuff is pretty standard with regards to these pencils. Now, I've done a swatch here, which I'll just show you, and I'll give you an indication as to the colours in this 36 set. So I'll have an image popping up on the screen here where you can see the colours better. But the overall colour selection I was pleased with. The only thing that I would say, and perhaps would have preferred, is they've got a silver and a gold pencil in here. Now the silver and the gold pencil, which I'll show you on some black paper in a second, is really, really good quality metallic type pencils, or pigments, sorry. But for such a small set, a 36 set, I would have preferred them to maybe at least have a white pencil in there, because this is something that I found odd. They don't have a white pencil. I know a lot of colour pencil artists use the white pencil as a method for blending, that type of thing. So when I was doing a little bit of playing about with these pencils, I had to use a white pencil from another brand. So I think perhaps maybe, given how little the metallic pencils are used, from my experience, my own personal experience, how little the metallic pencils are used, I think in a small set such as the 36, 24, 12, that they could do without putting these two metallic pencils in, put a white pencil in, and perhaps maybe, because they've got like this stone grey here, which is quite a dark grey, so maybe perhaps a lighter grey in place of the silver would have been nice. But other than that, the selection that they have in here is actually really quite nice. Really nice greens. The blues, maybe a little bit scarce on the blues. I would have liked to have seen maybe one other blue in there. But nice magentas, fuchsias, lavenders. They've got a really nice flesh colour here, and this flesh colour reminds me of the other Mitsubishi pencils that I reviewed as well. Nice reds, yellows, orange, and a couple of nice earth tones in here as well, like this ochre, brown, sepia, black. So all in all, for a 36 set, it's I personally think it's a nice selection. Like I say, this is the colours on black. So you all know what I'm like personally when it comes to wax or oil-based pencils. I prefer to stay away from that because the research I've done indicates that this is a bit of a myth. There is obviously wax and oil in pencils, but it's not. It's never just straight down the line. This is an oil-based pencil. This is a wax-based pencil. It's much more complex than that. So I try to veer away from that and just let you know whether the core of a pencil is hard or soft, and if it blooms or anything like that. With the Mitsubishi Uni number 888, you can see here that the pigments are really quite nice and quite opaque on black paper. With some less opaque pencils, you can definitely see the black coming through whenever you lay it down. That's not the case here. So I have this lemon, this vermilion, willow green, sky blue, and then I've got the two metallic colours in here because I was really actually quite impressed. Although I said, perhaps maybe in a 36 set, the metallic colours shouldn't be in that set. Nevertheless, they are there, and I was really quite impressed with the quality of the metallicness of the pencils. I know there's a bit of light glaring down here, so you may not be able to see, get the full effect of this, but they really are nice. So I also did a little bit of testing here for you with regards to blending and what have you. I haven't done any artwork with these pencils, and I'm going to be honest with you and straight up and just say it's purely just simply down to the fact that I've got so much going on at the minute, what with our daughter Amelia and everything that's going on surrounding her. It's becoming it's really difficult to get things done, and I'm not really in an artistic frame of mind at the moment either. This whole thing with Amelia has really knocked my wife and I for six, and it's been really difficult to get our heads around. But I know that will pass, and I will get back onto my game, especially when it comes to reviews, and I apologise for that. But what I did do was these two spheres. You've got a little bit of a speed drawing coming up now, showing you me doing these little drawings. But they help to illustrate the blendability of a pencil, that type of thing. And for some reason, and I can't pinpoint what it was, and I used really top quality paper here. I used Archer's, which is 100% cotton watercolor paper, because I had planned on doing something arty with it. I'd started off doing, I think it was a lemon or something like that. I had started off doing, and then I just stopped it. It just wasn't working out at all. So I done these spheres just to give you a better understanding of how well or whatever that they blend, and I found them quite difficult to blend, and I'm not too sure whether that had anything to do with the paper. It couldn't have done, because it was high quality paper, but I just found them a little bit, you had to put a little bit more work into blending them than what you would do say like the other softer cored pencils, because these are relatively soft core pencil. They maintain a point really nicely, but there is that kind of smooth, creamy texture whenever you're using them. There's no blooming or anything like that. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of an indication of what I mean. So I'm going to set this to the side, and all I'm going to do is, I've got three colours here which I'm going to blend together for you, mix them, show you how the pigments react. And another thing about these pencils as well, on the paper that I used, they layered really well, so they have that going for them. So I've got a sky blue here. I'm gonna mix these colors to create. I'm gonna use this blue and yellow to create a green, but I'm not gonna spend loads of times layering like a color pencil artist would do in this particular situation. I'm going to be using perhaps heavier applications of the pencil than what you normally would do. But you can see there that I'm using a relatively light hand, and the intensity of the pigment in these pencils is really, really nice, which is always a bonus. Over on the Art Gear Guide, I do have a written review of these pencils, which is obviously where you'll find links to where you can purchase them or get them, depending on what country you live in, and also as well prices, because the prices, they vary from obviously country to country, shop to shop, everything like that. So the prices that I give are just kind of like generically from Amazon or something like that. So it's always worth taking a look around. I try to always make sure that when I'm putting the links up, that it is the cheapest price that I can find on Amazon at that particular time, and then I go back in every now and again periodically and make sure that it's still the case, that the links that I've provided are still like the cheapest that can be found at that time. So as you can see here, I'm just gently layering on top of each other the blue and the yellow here, which is giving me a really nice green, and that green is really prominent. It's not like it's muddy or anything like that. So that is testament to the pigments that's in the pencils. I'm just going to put my final layer down here and mix this all in, but you can see there that it is a green that is definitely workable and usable. Sometimes whenever you mix pencils and stuff like that, and you try to create other colors, they don't come out exactly how you would want them to, because pencils obviously aren't paint. Like with watercolor paints and stuff like that, you can create a whole range. So I've got a vermilion here, which is kind of like an orange red in any case. And I'm going to use this yellow again. This is lemon, sorry, and hopefully create a nice orange. And the only reason I do, like, whenever I'm doing these tests where I am showing the level of blending and mixing that you can get from the pencils, and I do it like this and let the colors meet in the middle, it's just so that people watching the video or reading the written review can see the two colors that have been used in getting to that color originally. But you can see here as the layers are building up. Now, don't forget, this scrap piece of paper again is from that Arches paper that I used, or was starting to use, to do some artwork with them. So it is really high quality paper. This is 100% cotton paper, which if you're a color pencil artist, you'll know that type of paper lends itself to lots and lots of layering. It can make even the least expensive pencils work really well for you. So it is just another indication of how important paper is whenever it comes to color pencil artwork. So there you go. You can see there the orange that it's created. It's not too dissimilar to the vermilion that I've already got down there, but there is a noticeable enough difference. And then if we go one step further, and we'll use this vermilion. And the blue, the sky blue, and hopefully get a bit of a purple going. And you can see there, I mean, this is one of the things about colour pencil art that a lot of people, whenever they start colour pencil art, they try to get into colour pencil. Whenever they see the amazing abilities that pencils have by watching other fantastic colour pencil artists, I think one of the things a lot of people, beginners in any case, find it difficult to wrap their head around is the patience that's needed for this medium. And it was certainly one of the things that I struggled a little bit with whenever I first got into, but that has subsequently turned into a bonus for me, because I personally find colour pencil work really therapeutic. Not so much whenever I'm doing reviews, because I'm aware of the time constraints that I have, but if I have a piece that I want to do and I just want to work on it, and the time isn't really a factor, I think there's no better medium than colour pencil for the therapeutic value of art. And so there you go. So we've used the sky blue and the lemon, and it's created this really nice green. Then we've used the vermilion and lemon and got this nice orange. And then the vermilion and the sky blue, and it's given us this kind of like deep purple colour. So that's my review on the Mitsubishi Uni number 888 coloured pencils. I personally, I've not used the Uni coloured pencils extensively or anything like that. I've reviewed a couple of sets now, and a lot of their products, I've used a lot of their other products like the Posca pens, things like that. But with regards to the coloured pencils, I think that their colour pencils are really good quality, and I just wish that, I know in Japan things are different in terms of standards that have to be met for European countries and North American countries, that type of things when it comes to exporting art products. I understand that, but I just wish that something could be done to help get these Japanese companies to get these pencils and products over to Europe and North America and places like that, because like the Holbein pencils and the other Mitsubishi pencils that I've reviewed, which I'll also have a link for down below, they're really, really enjoyable pencils. And I tell you, one of the areas that I think these pencils would really stand out for is adult colouring book artists. Now, again, finally, before I cut off, I personally couldn't find any information with regards to light fastness about these pencils, but I'm guessing because I couldn't find that information that there's just no light fast rating on them, which is fine. Obviously, if you're doing art where you are going to need to be, you're going to be selling it to a client, you're going to be doing commissions, light fastness is the first thing that you should be thinking about whenever it comes down to art, because you're going to be giving somebody that artwork and you want that artwork to last their lifetime. So light fastness is important in that sense. But for lots of other things that we do as artists or coloured pencil enthusiasts or adult colouring book enthusiasts, light fastness isn't always the single most important thing. And so therefore there are lots of other factors that make a good pencil to the artist who's using it. And I would definitely say that Mitsubishi have an excellent set of pencils, and I just wish that they were able to get them more readily available in the UK, Europe, and North America as well. Like I say, I do have the prices over on the Art Gear Guide. The prices vary, but I've tried to find the cheapest prices that I can, and that's really about it, guys. If you've got any questions at all about this set or about this review, please leave them down in the comment section below. And if I can't answer them immediately, I will certainly do my best and get an answer to you. Likewise, if you think I've missed something out, please let me know in the comment section down below. Or if you are living in a different country and you know how available these pencils are, let me know as well, because then that helps other people that are watching the video. It can show other people as well how easy or not easy that they can get hold of pencils as well. So that's one of the other good things about doing these reviews. The wealth of information I get back from you guys from all around the world, let me know whether a pencil is available in your country or not, helps me build up such a much bigger, broader picture of the product, and so therefore it helps the community in general much better as well. So the information you guys give me is so important, it's unbelievable. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really look forward to seeing you again on the next one. Don't forget you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I'm trying to put up as much as I can over there as well. But like I say, just with everything that's going on at the minute, things have been so hectic. It really is complicated. But so thank you all so much, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next review. Bye.